Foolish has powers. In today's Dream SMP video, I'm going to analyse Foolish Gamer's new powers and abilities. This is an interesting one. If you enjoy this video, then subscribe for the rubber ducky. Also, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. Thanks. Firstly, I'll quickly explain who Foolish is. Foolish is one of the newest members added to the Dream SMP, and his lore has just started to pick up. Foolish's skin is a totem of undying, so everyone thought that he could revive people. As a totem, you will be able to keep someone alive after dying. But we don't know if Foolish can actually do this, as he has never done it, but I'm guessing he can, but he just has other powers and abilities that he has used. So what is Foolish's personality like? Well, let me tell you. He's a down-to-earth, friendly guy. He doesn't really have much beef with anyone, other than the Eggpire, and not many people dislike him. This creates a really likeable god. He also loves to build massive and cool buildings. Now I've explained a little bit of who Foolish is, let's begin with looking into how he has these powers. The first day of Foolish on the Dream SMP was very funny, as he started interacting with Tommy, and we all know Tommy in it is too funny. So these two interacted, and it was pretty funny. But after this, Foolish doesn't really meet everyone, well, not on the server anyway. He kind of just goes off on his own and builds massive structures, such as his holiday home. I don't know how long that took, but just wow. Foolish does meet Tubbo and Rambo, and he joins Snowchester, which he does build a massive mansion for them in the future. By the way, it's insanely good. Also, subscribe. But the beginning of Foolish's Dream SMP life, nothing really happens until now. Now let's get into what powers Foolish has. Well, in Foolish's recent stream, the Eggpire was attacking him, and while he was on his way back to protect his holiday home, he talked to Awesome Dude, and they were talking about Hannah. So the Eggpire trapped her with the egg, so Sam was getting worried about Hannah, but Foolish didn't know anything. So Sam just headed off with Foolish to help him fight the Eggpire. The Eggpire then arrived at Foolish's holiday home and destroy Foolish's statue. This was because the egg thought Foolish was a threat, and Foolish didn't know the egg was that much of a threat, so they blew up his statue.
What are you doing?
But the weird thing is, the egg can now speak English, which is unreal, as before it could only speak some weird language, but now it speaks English. So from this, Foolish starts to get really annoyed, and started threatening the Eggpire, but they did not know what Foolish had up his sleeve. Ponk, being the main vocal point, edged Foolish to show his powers, so Foolish did.
You know, as a god of the ocean, I also have control of the skies. It's not just one thing. Have you ever felt the taste of lightning, Ponk? Ant or bad?
Do you see where we are, Foolish?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Are
A
you
sunny
that
day.
much of a fool
A sunny
to
day
look?
does not matter.
I don't believe you.
Let me show you. Right now. Be gone from this place.
These powers are too good, but I don't think he'd be using them all the time, as the storyline would get pretty boring, and he did say to Rambo and Tubbo that he will have to take a nap soon because he has used a lot of energy. But I haven't explained what his powers are and how he got them. Well, Foolish has the power to summon lightning, but he also said he is the god of the ocean, so if he can control water, then he could cause so much damage to a lot of people. And let's not forget the egg. How did Foolish get these powers, you may be asking? Well, as a totem of undying, you normally save people, but Foolish in his past, he has also been the totem of death. So my theory is that Foolish was made by gods, and he has multiple powers. He can save lives or take lives. So Foolish has seen a lot in his time, and he is probably the most knowledgeable person on the server, and the most powerful. But there is another person with powers, Rambo. As Rambo is part Enderman, he has Enderman powers, but isn't as strong as Foolish, but he still has powers and could use them to his advantage. I don't think many more people will get powers, as the storyline wouldn't work the same and I don't think people would really enjoy it. So I've explained Foolish's powers, so what's next for Foolish? Well, I have a theory that could happen. The Syndicate, Snowchester and Foolish are going to team up to take out the egg. We've seen the egg's true powers, and it's as powerful as Foolish, if not even more. Also, Foolish can use his powers over and over again, but I think the egg probably can. So we're going to see a massive fight between the Eggpire, Snowchester and the Syndicate, which Foolish will lose a cannon life, as it will come down to Foolish using all his power to destroy the egg, which we will see him lose a life. I don't think he'd be out of the story completely, like turned into a ghost or anything, but he could definitely lose a life because of it. So for the fight scene, I think the Eggpire are going to be on top, and it's going to look like that the egg will take over, but Foolish will have to use all his power, everything he has got, just to self-destruct and destroy the Eggpire and the egg. This will lead to a massive beam of lightning coming out of Foolish and going straight into the egg, and creating a massive shockwave throughout the whole Dream SMP. Maybe destroying it, but I don't think it will destroy it, but if it does, then that'll lead us straight on to Season 2. So as I said, Foolish will lose a life, but everyone will be safe, and Foolish will probably still have 2 other lives, or he'll save himself in some way as the Totem of Undying. Now that ending is what I would love to see for the egg. It would be such an amazing scene of Foolish destroying himself just to save everyone and destroying the egg. I think it'd be so satisfying and so cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. So this is just my theory. Leave it in the comments what you think about Foolish and what's going to happen to him and the Eggpire. If you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe for the rubber ducky, and Foolish will destroy everything.